How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com. Uh, just gonna give you guys a few plays that I'm thinking about going towards in the UFC tonight. Big card, UFC 245, got uh, three titles on the line, so it's gonna be a pretty interesting card. A lot of good fights on the card too, so a lot of underdogs, a lot of favorites, a lot of picks. So, anyways, gonna get right into it. Uh, in the beginning, we got Punahel Sortano versus Oscar Picota. I don't have a fight. I don't have a play in that fight. There's Jessica I versus Vivian Araujo, if I'm pronouncing that right. Jessica I. Um, last time I saw her, she was basically in a fight versus Valentina Shevchenko, and anytime somebody sees Valentina, Valentina kicks their ass. Honestly, like she seems like she seems unbeatable, and quite frankly, as of right now, she's probably one of the baddest dogs on the. She's probably one of the baddest people around right now. So you can't hold a loss to Valentina against her. She's gonna go against Vivian Arojao. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing. I'm just gonna call her Vivian going from here on out. And Vivian, she's a ferocious striker, is what she is. She fights a very aggressive kind of she fights a very aggressive kind of nature. The thing with that kind of style is that she could gas herself out. So if she ends up gassing herself out, Jessica is somebody with a lot of experience, and she could actually take a punch, believe it or not. Like, you know what I mean? So if Vivian gasses herself out, Jessica I actually has a really good chance of getting some points, scoring some points, getting some takedowns, and just basically playing some a kind of bully, kind of ground a lay and pray kind of tactic. Like, just guys, her matches are not necessarily the most exciting matches, but she could take a punch. She's tough, and she has some pretty good grappling skills. So I would see them trading for a little bit. Vivienne might be able to knock her head off, clean off, but usually in those kind of lightweight divisions, you don't really see too many knockouts. So I would lean towards a decision in this fight. So if this fight would go to a decision, I would pick that as a play. And Jessica I, honestly, I would take Jessica I on the money line. But this is a prelim fight, so be aware. That's gonna be about 640. So be aware of that. Next, we got Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara France. And Moreno, he's a young guy, very talented young guy. Kai Kara, he's pretty certified himself. Moreno, they're expecting him to come in guns blazing, but I think he's had a little bit of experience, so I think he's gonna come into this fight planning on playing a little bit more of a tactical kind of fight. I honestly like his chances. He's paying 237 on your buck. Kai Kara is paying 160. Give me Brandon Moreno to win this fight. I like what it's paying, and I think he upsets Kai Kara tonight. So that's one of the plays that I got. Next, there's Chase Hooper versus Daniel Tumor. I don't know much about either fighter. Um, Chase Hooper is paying 180. Daniel Tamor is paying 2-1. So no play in that game. No play in that fight. Then there's Joff Neal versus Mike Perry. Mike Perry, obviously, he's a vet. Has a lot of fights under his belt. He's fought some really good fights in the past. Uh, he's paying 3-1, and there's a reason. I don't know much about Jeff Neal, but Jeff Neal is actually a pretty sort of like, from what I could see, he's a certified guy with some freaking firepower in his hands, some real knockout power. But I haven't seen him fight, so I couldn't tell you with 100% certainty. I can't lean Mike Perry, so I'm just gonna stay away from this fight also. Next, they got Ian Heinich versus Omari Akhmedov. Akhmedov paying 210 on your buck. I like his chances. I seen him fight. I was actually pretty impressed in his last fight. This fight could easily go to a decision. I think somebody gets knocked out. It could easily go to a decision, but I think somebody goes down. And honestly, I'm not gonna pick a method, at least not this week. But I like the 210-1 for Akhmedov. Next, just Ketlin Vera versus Irene Aldana. I don't know much about either of these fighters, so I'm gonna skip out on that. Next, there's Matt Brown versus Ben Saunders. Matt Brown, certified tough guy. Last time we seen him, he gave a devastating elbow in that fight, and my goodness, it was actually quite a while ago. It's probably about 2 years ago. So he hasn't been active in quite some time. He's gonna go against Ben Saunders. who's a pretty solid fighter in his own right, but 375, pretty much looking like one of the biggest dogs on this card. I don't know if I could bank on that. And Matt Brown paying 128 on your buck, so 28 cents doesn't give me a lot of money. And you know me, I'm all about making money when I bet on these things. So I'm gonna skip out on that fight. Matt Brown to win by knockout is also a decision. Is also a good play, but I don't know. He's been inactive for quite some time, so I can't really roll with that. Um, Next, we got Amanda Nunes versus Jermaine anyways, versus German, the Radame, and Amanda Nunes. She's hardcore, and you got to go 5 rounds with this girl, and it's not gonna be no easy task. For her to win by knockout is paying 160 on your buck. Everybody's probably gonna be all over that play, and that's probably the play to go. But at 60 cents on your buck, I'm not overly convinced, so I'm probably gonna skip out on that. That's one of the title fights of the night. Um, then there's obviously the Kamara Usman and the Max Holloway fight. But anyways, going down, we got Jose Aldo versus Marlon Moraes. Moraes, he's a favorite here. Jose Aldo, he lost his last fight. It didn't look overly impressive. Now he shredded all kind of weight. He looks sick. The guy actually looks sick in my opinion. But I think he's coming prepared. I like Jose Aldo. Since he lost to Connor, he hasn't really looked overly impressive. He got a one win, then he took a loss in the last fight. But I like Jose Aldo in this spot. He's paying a good bit of money too, and I think it's a good place to bounce back. Versus Marlon Moraes. Moraes is the guy's a killer. Everybody on this card is pretty much killers. We're looking at a card that's filled with action packed. Like I think there's gonna be a lot of finishes on this card. A lot of finishes. Next you got Peter Yan versus Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber, heavy underdog. Haven't seen him fight in a while. He said he retired a few years ago. Then he came back, and I don't know what he's doing. 480 to 1 is the play here. Um, Paying a little bit too little for me to go the other way, and I don't really trust Uriah Faber. Tough guy though. He has some really good grappling. He got some. He could trade. He could take a punch, but he's a heavy dog for a reason here. So but it could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if I seen a decision here. These guys are pretty light. Um, I don't think. Anyways, next got Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski. Volkanovski heavy dog versus Holloway. Holloway's a badass. Been a badass for a long time. Max Bless. Give me Max Bless money line. I'm gonna take Max Bless to win the fight flat out. Next, we got Kamara Usman versus Colby Covington. Everybody and their mama is on Kamara Usman. I'm here to tell you, I'm a big fan of Colby. Yes, I get it. The MAGA hat, and he talks all kind of smack. The guy tries so hard to be hated, but he's a certified fighter. Like he's not a joke. He's not some guy who's just talking his way to the top. He's certified. He could give you some really, really, really punishing strikes. And then again, he has some outrageous wrestling skills. Like his wrestling is through the roof. The problem here is that Kamaru Usman is he's so strong. We seen him versus Tyron Woodley, and he absolutely smothered Woodley. It was crazy what he did to him. I was shocked. I was actually, anyways. I was one thinking like there might have been some kind of crazy stuff that happened, some kind of let's say conspiratorial things that happened. But anyways, honestly, Kamaru Usman looks so dominant in that Woodley fight. But Colby, I like Colby, man. I think Colby is gonna shock the world today, and I don't think it's gonna be funny when he after he shocks the world. I don't think it's gonna be funny how it looks. Like he's gonna talk so much smack. But heavy underdog. All I got is I only have one favorite today, and let's see how that works out. So, anyways, going down this board, I'm giving you guys Brandon Moreno to win. That's the undercard fight at 650. About I'm giving you guys Omari Akhmedov at 210 to 1. giving you guys Jose Aldo, severe underdog. Giving you Max Holloway, and I'm giving you Colby Covington to upset the world and lose and win this fight versus Kamaru Usman. Obviously, these are all single bets. If you feel free to parlay them if you want. Like you could fade or follow. It's up to you. But like fighting is just a pure sport in that so hard to cap, hard to gauge because you can't really compare previous fighters with trends with who they're going up against now, and like styles makes matchups, and obviously if A beats B and C beats A, that doesn't necessarily mean that B is going to be able to beat C. You understand what I mean? If you guys follow all that. So anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Best of luck to all, and I'm gonna watch this fight and enjoy it. So hockey night in Canada. Also got some basketball. Not doing any breaking down the books today, but I'll see you guys again on Monday. So be safe, be good, and Godspeed.